Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I want to just say I love all of you, and as always, I hope you're getting out in nature like Starlight was most of the day. And, also make sure you get a lot of water and spend some time with your family, like your kids, your husband, wife. Try to make like a plan, like to take a trip somewhere. It doesn't have to be a long trip, but get out because depending on where you live, fall, everybody's kind of it's already going on already where I am is people getting like that itch, like saying, oh no, like the weather's changing, and oh no, like fall is coming, oh no, it's gonna start getting cold. So it's already starting where I am right now. I've been hearing people, so that's why it's so important now to really get out there. And like I said in the last video I just made, is to if it's too hot in the day, get out in the shade somewhere or get out in the morning. And it's hard to say at nighttime, it can kind of like, it's hard to say. I've noticed where later on it was getting hotter, not cooler. So morning times are the best as far as if you want to beat the heat and get out in nature. And anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. You can give this video a thumbs up. You also can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave me a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. And don't forget, you could share, and check out my playlist. So anyway, I do love all of you. Today's going to be an interesting topic. It is kind of funny. And one day, I met two men in one day at the same park, with this issue. And you're probably, you click the button because, there's a thumbnail, and you click the button, and it's about, not just men go through this, women. Hi, ladies. Women go through this too. Is how to deal with lust. I just had a beautiful man this morning, doesn't even know me. But I have a gift that God gave me, is I could spend 5 minutes with you, and men open up, women open up to me just like that. I do have a gift. And just in my last video, I said about positive thoughts and words. See how I am? I have a gift. Bam. And I do. I have many gifts and talents, and you do too. So you got to believe and trust in yourself that you can do whatever you dream of. But that's not what we're going to talk today about. But today, I had a man that I did talk to, and he just looked at me and he says, I have a question. And he was so sweet. And it really, like, I love when people get out of their comfort zone and they can talk to me about anything, and they ask me all kinds of stuff. I hear it all. And I love this. I do. I had like kind of like an addiction long time ago of, I love talking to men. So all kinds of men. I talk to married men, and I talk to single men. I talk to young guys, and ones that were not old, but well, they were older than my father. So I have a gift of, like talking to people, whether you're a male or a female. And so it really, I love when men open up and they will talk to me and ask me questions that they might not ask anybody else. So the question is that, or the statement is pretty much, I'm having a hard time with lust, and what do I do? So I am And then I met another guy that definitely was having some lust issues, and I figured, you know what, this is a great video discussion. I have not really talked on this topic except for in relationship videos. So with lust, I that was never really my thing, but I've had my moments. So but that's not for me. I have so much love that I desire to be in a relationship that the man is searching for a long-term relationship. So I desire to keep myself pure, and I am saving myself for that man out there somewhere in the world, and I might be closer than I think. You know, the man that's out there that has been doing the inner work like I have. So this does happen where, you know, lots of men have this problem about lust, especially when they start off. But that doesn't mean that's the only men out there that have issues with lust. Even any age, you know, any age out there of men have that issue with lust. And women, you know, so women have that issue too. So with lust, you got to figure out what causes these things to happen, you know. So you gotta tear everything apart, you know, like, and how did this matrix get built in the first place? So what are some of the things out in the world that causes people to lust? What was that? You know, like it is something. There's a lot of answers out there. I'm hearing all kinds of, everybody's kind of saying there, you know, there's all kinds of, I can hear you guys even though you did not watch this video yet, but I can hear answers in the air of comments of where does it start? Where does it come from? You know, so I am going to say, because the way this matrix, yes, we are in the matrix, stimulation, is the way it was created through the Hollywood stars is, you know, it was created through the stars, you know, with music and movies, you know, where, you know, like it's great to have love movies. I do like, it is kind of weird, like the Notebook movie was great, but some of the parts I didn't like about it, you know. Um, so, so with lust though, is what kind of things are you watching? What are you watching? What are things that you watch every day? Where are your eyes going? You know, whoops, sorry, I got an itch. So, what kind of stuff do you watch on TV? You know, or the internet? Porn? What? Who said that? Did somebody say porn? Somebody watches porn. Starlight, hey, I used to watch porn a long time ago. It was an educational thing. So porn would be the biggest you know, problem out there as far as, sorry, men and women for lust, you know. And I'm not going to get into the story of what Starlight was doing out there, is because it's not, men are not the only ones that watch porn, you know, women do too, you know, because that's why they got, you know, other kind of videos for women, you know. So is the porn industry is one of the biggest things out there when it comes to lust. And is porn bad? Well, once upon a time I thought, you know, because some people get educated, of course, they learn different tricks to, you know, different things, different positions, so is porn bad? You learn, right? You do learn stuff with porn, but how about the people that are in the porn, the ones that are getting paid? Is it healthy for them? So I actually met a man not too long ago. I was really surprised, like we were talking, and I get people admitting all kinds of stuff because they hear me being open and honest with what I say, and it opens up a big window or door for them, to open up and express. So a while back, I did actually meet a young man, and I was blown away when he said that he thought about it a lot, as to actually go into porn. And I hope I helped him out by what I said, you know. So, like, if you're having an issue with lust, that's a big part of where lust comes from. Is if there are people definitely out there, possibly men and women, that have an addiction of watching porn all the time, and then they say the whatever monster you feed the most, so what monster are you feeding? We there's the dark and the light part of us, and if you're always feeding the dark side of you, and like, hey, like, and it's I've learned, like, if you do things more than 3 times, it can definitely turn into addiction, because that's how it was with me. The number 3 is very powerful, but like, if you, especially if you got like some kind of schedule with, all right, I'm going to go to work, come home, eat my dinner, get cleaned up for the night, so I'm ready for work in the morning, freshen up so you feel really good. And then, before I go to bed, because this happens a lot. How do I know? Starlight, you used to watch porn. Yeah. So you could really it could really be a habit. And, like, if you go to bed, before you go to bed, right? You're like, hey, I got to do this like an hour before I go to sleep. That way, I don't fall asleep before I end up watching it. And, so you might watch it, when you start out, watch it one night and you're like, what a relief, and then you go to bed, wake up the next day, you're like, man, that was so good, just like alcohol or drugs, it's the same thing, nothing, really, it's the same thing. And then the same routine, because at night you got the same schedule Monday through Friday, and then bam, now it's like you gotta do it every night, but no, you don't. You are I hope you're the one controlling yourself, because if you keep on going back to the porn and going, what is it that you like checking out anyway? What is it that because Starlight used to type up stuff and like my certain things that I liked, and when's the last time Starlight watched porn? It was so long ago, I forgot. So like, so a lot of us, we might have certain things that we really like on porn, and that we might type it up or even use the microphone to say what kind. You might have your favorite porn site, but not only porn, but another thing that really messes people up is music. Music can get people in a lust mood, so you really got to be careful of the kind of music that you listen to and the places that you're going. Where do you go to, like, if you're having a lust issue, then that means you're going to want to go, you're going to get tired of checking that porn out all the time, right? Because that's exactly what that porn will do to you. It will get you where, it kind of gets old after a while, even though you might say, but Starlight, it really feels good and the visuals are really awesome. Later on, they're going to have robots, out there. You won't even know the difference. But maybe this will help, is like with porn stars, is a lot of them, sad to say, is that they're not protected from STDs. So a lot of them, they get tested, but they don't wear condoms, most of them. So just imagine you're watching porn and then you find out, that person has an STD. Is it really still going to turn you on? And that's why it's so important when it comes to lust, is if you got lust desires, and why lust? Why not want a relationship with somebody so it's not lust? You know, like lusting after women, the more you look and desire to have them, and yeah, women are beautiful, and the way they dress and stuff like that. But that's why a lot of times men will go to beaches, because women are in their bikinis. Sometimes they're in their string bikinis. And, so you're the one that's in control. Maybe not. If you're not in control and you go places and, like those things stimulate you, and you're like, ooh, now now you went to the beach, and now you're going to have to go home and, take care of business. Same with like strippers, you're teasing yourself. Stop teasing yourself. Stop going to those places that's going to cause you to get lustful. But I like to go swimming. Well, go swimming. But try to look at the women. I get men, and this all women will say, agree to this. There are men that know how to control themselves, and they can actually have a conversation and you would never know that they're checking you out. Then there's other men that it's definitely obvious that they have no control. So there's different types of men and women out there, and women are a lot different than men. We are not the same when it comes to this, but there's, like women out there that could have these issues more than others, of course. So I'm not saying that women don't ever have these problems. And sometimes, your chemicals could be all whacked. I've had that happen before where I'm like, whoop, I felt like a man for a week. I'm like, is this what a man goes like? How do they make it? So you guys got it way rougher than women, as far as, like having those lust feelings that come in. But why not want or desire a woman to later on get married to? And the other thing about the lusting thing, if you are lusting after women all the time and you're feeding the flesh, that's what they called it in the church, and I don't know what they call it for spirituality, is that you're just, yeah, I'm having a battle with this, but I'm going to keep on going to the bar, and I'm going to keep on watching the porn, and I'm going to keep on going where the girls are, like almost naked, like at the beach. Is it wrong for women to go to the beach and men go to, no, so... But it's a part of you that you have to work on. You have to be the master of yourself. You have to train yourself, and it takes time to train yourself and say, put the blinders on. Stop going to the places that's going to cause you to feel that way. Stop listening to the music that's going to make you feel that way. Stop looking at the magazines. I mean, these days, now it's on the internet, so I don't even know. Do any of you guys look at magazines anymore? So now, I mean, I thought it was funny a long time ago. I knew a man in his 70s, which he's no longer here. I was like, you got to be kidding me, because he told me, because that's how I am. They will tell me their dirty little secrets, and so one of his secrets is that he was watching porn on his cell phone. I'm like, that little bit of screen, really? Man, I would like it really, if you're gonna, like this big. So it is something that's, people will go to that degree of like, wow, they're into porn so much that they, they might even watch it, on their lunch break at work. It's like the addiction could be strong, like any addiction. But you're the one that's gotta, really ask yourself, what is it that you want in life? Do you just want that quick fix out there, just getting one girl, and you are putting yourself at risk at catching STDs, especially most guys, I don't know about women, but most guys don't like wearing a condom. A lot of times they think, hey, I got to meet you for a week. We could throw the condoms away, right? Right? We could throw the condoms away and have sex. But did you get checked out? Did you get them checked out before you had sex without a condom? Or even with a condom because they're not 100% safe and they could, whoops, break. So you really want to control this, and it's really, don't go in places that you shouldn't go. Don't go and go on the porch sites and say like set your mind to like, I am not gonna do that tonight. Cut yourself, like at least like through the week with porn. At least if you can control yourself and get yourself, especially with the porn, that's the biggest battle for men and women actually, is if you could, if you, especially if you're really young, I know you guys really go at it, is, and other men for certain reasons, they might be like a young guy, even though they're older, and more mature, is that you really have to try to, instead of doing it all the time, is to wean yourself off of it. You got to keep on weaning yourself off. That way you got to cut yourself back and say, you know what? I'm not going to do this 3 times a day. I'm just going to do it 1 time a day. And, like, okay, now you got yourself to that. And like, I'm not going to do it every day of the week. And you know what, guys, is with the whole, like, you can save yourself from diseases, by going out and just trying to get like a quick fix, and protect yourself is, have you ever noticed if you don't have an, I don't know, if you don't have an orgasm every single day and you discipline yourself and you say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait for 3 days. It's much greater. At least I would have to say for females, it's much greater and more intense if you didn't do it all the time compared to stretching it out. So, and that energy is very powerful, that sexual energy. So you don't really want to waste it, like that. It's good to challenge yourself and give yourself that test to see how long you could go without it. I did hear a man say he went a year without doing that. So, but you got to work your way to that. And it's up here. It's really control this up here, and you can control that down there. So anyway, I really love you a lot, and it's best to have a deep, meaningful relationship, but that means you got to work on yourself. And so anyway, I hope this really helps all of you out, and I have to go because the library is going to be closing. And never know what the heck Starlight's going to talk about next. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave a message down below. And you can check out my playlist. Plus, you can also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you all. I really hope this helps because, really, I wish I had more time because they are closing this library. But yeah, you could do this. Tell yourself, no, you don't need to do that all the time. You're a big boy. You can say, no, not tonight. So anyway, I do love you. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.